like appearance is actually fashioned from wood, and specifically American smoke wood, which just happens to be growing alongside the right of the temple. Now we're driving along Camellia Walk, and as the name suggests, it's dominated by beautiful camellia plants. And camellias are found across Eastern and Southern Asia, from the Himalayas east through to Japan and south through to Indonesia. And Camellia sinensis, the Latin name for the tea plant, is of huge commercial importance because your ordinary black breakfast tea is made from its leaves. And camellias are at their colourful best in early spring, and you can see there's quite a lot of them around, although some are past their best because of the rain we've been having. We've got the beautiful cherry blossom walk behind the palm house. We've got magnolias out, some rhododendron. Lovely time to visit the gardens. Now, to step back and give a bit of context, our royal connection began in 1759 when Princess Augusta, the mother of King George III, founded a 9-acre botanic garden within the pleasure grounds at Kew. Fast forward to 1840, and Kew transferred from Queen Victoria to the government. Sir William Hooker was appointed first director, and the gardens were opened to the public for the very first time. Covering 326 acres, today Kew Gardens is the largest and most diverse botanical and fungal collection in the world. And since 2003, the gardens have been a UNESCO World Heritage Site, recognising our unique combination of plants, architecture, art and landscape, and not least the 260 years of science and ideas here. We're going to be turning right shortly, and as we do, if you could glance to your left, and you'll see two buildings adjacent to each other, and they are our permanent art galleries here. The first of which is the Shirley Sherwood Gallery. And this gallery hosts the world's largest collection of contemporary botanical art. And we've got two brand new exhibitions in there. The first, All the Flowers Are For Me, showcasing two spectacular sculptures. And we've got Plants of the Quran, which is a world premiere exhibition. Right next door is the Marianne North Gallery. Beautiful oil paintings of botanical plants from all over the world, more of which later. But what do we actually do here at Kew? Well, we've tried to answer that in our manifesto for change, and in 2020 we published the new strategy for the decade, deliberately bringing a tone of urgency. And our purpose at Kew is to understand and protect plants and fungi for the future of all life on the planet. Our ultimate aspiration is to help end the extinction crisis, and valuing and protecting nature informs everything we do here. Now ahead of us, and we'll be passing alongside, is our magnificent Temperate House. It took decades to build. It was completed in 1899, and it's had a massive refurbishment. Reopened in 2018 by Sir David Attenborough. Took 5 years to refurbish, and it's home to 1,500 species of plants from the temperate regions, so parts of the world where there are absolutely no extremes of temperature. And it tells a story of how Kew and our partners around the world are working to rescue rare plants and those that are threatened with extinction. I mentioned the tea plant that's growing in there too. We're going to walk back to see what's in the Temperate House. It's filled with 10,000 individual plants, and this vast collection is helping our scientists tackle issues from loss of biodiversity to securing food and livelihoods in our warming climates. We are just going to be pulling in at stop number 2. That's for the Temperate House, for the Pavilion Bar and Grill ahead of us and to the right of the train among the trees there, and for the two permanent art galleries here, the Marianne North and the Shirley Sherwood to the left.
One behind us. They're not even at the back.
Temperate habitats from Brazil to Borneo, from India to Japan. And in a time before colour photography, Marianne North painted and documented over 900 plant species in the wild. And we're lucky enough to have in the gallery over 800 of these stunningly beautiful and vibrant paintings, plants that she found and of the landscapes that she visited. She was very much admired by the scientific community at the time, including Sir Charles Darwin. If you do have time today, a visit is highly recommended. There's also a very interesting short film of her life and achievements, narrated by one of our English actresses, Amelia Fox, who actually recreates one of her journeys by going to Borneo. Now, just glancing to the right of the train, you will see the Pavilion Bar and Grill. And on that site, we had our original tea pavilion here, which was the first and oldest place at Kew to sit with a cup of tea. Opened in 1888, it famously was burnt to the ground in 1913 by the suffragettes, who under the banner Votes for Women fought for the right to vote in public
Oh yeah, super
elections
warm.
here.
Super warm.
And as you can see, it's a perfect setting to enjoy lunch among the trees or just coffee and cake. Pretty busy today.
Matagal lang panahon. Hindi mo na matandaan.
And on the subject of coffee,
Ay, dadaanan
scientists
pala
at Kew
natin,
have found that wild coffee
yung temple
arabica
na yun.
is endangered, mainly due to deforestation and climate change. And in collaboration with Ethiopian scientists, is hoping to build a climate-resilient coffee economy strategy for
Oo,
Ethiopia.
nakachamba
And
ako
coffee
din sa
production
tabi.
has been sustained and improved in the wild coffee forests in the country. Just glance to the right of the train and you'll see the entrance to our Chinese grove, which
Chinese
leads
grove.
right the way down to the Great
This is the
Pagoda.
Chinese grove.
And there's quite a lot of Chinese planting in there. Trees and shrubs from the province of Sichuan in the main. And as we travel along, you'll see on the left, behind these trees, you ought to be able to catch glimpses of our community allotments. And that's a wonderful local resource for groups to come and grow their vegetables and develop horticultural skills. But now dominating the skyline on the right is the Great Pagoda.
Tataba na ng mga
And it was designed by Sir William Chambers for the royal family and completed in 1762. It's in the ancient Chinese style,
Grabe, 70.
and at the time it offered one of the earliest and finest bird's eye views of London. The 10-storey structure is 50 metres high, and each successive floor is 1 foot less in diameter and height than the one below it. So that gives the illusion of height, that it's taller than it actually is. Now, it was restored in 2000, but that gives the illusion of height, that it's taller than it actually is.